What's up everybody? So for today's video, I thought I'd do a storytime video. My first storytime video. And I'll be telling the story of when I crashed a car and got in trouble with the cops. I've been driving since I was 11 and I still drive myself places. I drive myself to school, to go get food, like anywhere. But I didn't start doing that till I was like 13, 14. But when I was like 11 or 12, I would just like drive around the neighborhoods and like go pick up friends, just like go like places like not that far, like really close. So it was 7th grade and I was 12 years old. Let me let you know, my parents let us drive, right? They let us take the cars anywhere and they still let us take the cars because they trust us. So I was with my sister and her friends and we were at her friend's house, her friend Jewel's house. We were at Jewel's house and I was gonna go pick up my friend Angie, but by myself. I was gonna go by myself. But they wanted to come, so they all got in the car and I was driving. So we were driving to Angie's house and we were gonna go pick her up, and I already had a vibe and like I had a feeling that something was gonna go wrong because right away when we started driving, they started putting the music loud and they started screaming, like acting crazy, and like I was like, oh my god, okay, they're gonna act bad already. And we were driving, we were like halfway there, and it wasn't even that far, it was like 5 minutes away, but we were like halfway there. And I don't know whose idea it was, but somebody had the bright idea. They were like, hey, let's moon people and show our asses to people, like other cars and people outside. And I was like, what did I just hear? Like, excuse me? Like, it turns out my sister and her friend Rachel, they were actually showing their asses to people, and they showed it to some like guy that was outside and he laughed. But this is where things get bad. I don't know if it was my sister or Rachel, but one of them, they showed their ass to a car passing by. And I'm driving and like they were laughing. And I was driving, I look in my rearview mirror and that car stops. A lady gets out and she turns and she's looking at our car. I'm just like, oh fuck. So she gets back in her car, they turn around, it's her and her husband, because there was 2 people in the car, and they were following us. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? So I was like speeding, trying to get out of there, but I was 12. I was a 12-year-old driver. A 12-year-old driver does not know how to get rid of a car in a car chase. Like, I didn't know what to do. And so we were driving, like turning corners, and like I was screaming, and I don't know what I was saying. I was screaming. I think I said I want my mom. I don't know. I said something, but I was screaming, and my sister was like, pull over, I'll drive. But in my head, I was like, I have no time to pull over. I have to go, because if I pull over, that car's gonna get us. So I was like, I just gotta go, I just gotta go, I just gotta go. So like I was just going, like I was screaming. Nobody knew what to do. Everybody, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if they were like screaming or something, but I was just trying to get away. I was trying to drive fast, and I went to this one street, and I thought I lost them. And then I was driving, I was like, okay, I'm good, I'm gone. But then they turned through a corner, and they're so close behind us, and they're back. They're back. So I'm going, and I'm at a speed bump, but I'm still trying to go fast. I'm at this speed bump. There's a parked car right here, a van coming this way, me, and another parked car. And I'm supposed to wait for this van to go so I don't hit anything. But in my mind, I'm nervous, I'm scared, and I don't know what to do. Of course, I was 12, like I said. So I just hauled ass and I just started going forward. I didn't realize that I was gonna hit a car. And everybody in the back was like, you're not gonna make it, you're not gonna make it. I was like, I'm gonna make it. I didn't make it. I didn't. I hit the car that was parked on this side, and I was going, and I slid and I scratched up their door. I took their mirror off, and I don't know what else. I think I left a dent. And it just happened in slow motion. Everybody was just like, and nobody knew what to do, and we were like, fuck. So I just started driving, and I couldn't believe I hit a car. Like, I couldn't believe it. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna go home, screw it, or just like jump fences, run away from these people. So we go home. I park in the neighbor's house because I don't want them to know where I live. And once I get in the neighbor's driveway, we just run. Except for my sister, which I don't know why she didn't run. She stayed there, and I don't know why. So we all started running. We jumped fence. I jumped the fence to my house. I was gonna be there, and then Jewel was gonna come too, but I was like, no, Jewel, just go with everybody else. So she like jumped to the house behind us, and they all started running places, and I don't know what happened to them. So it turns out my sister was still where the car was parked, and the lady was cussing at my sister, telling her, I don't know, she was like, oh, I'm gonna call the cops, like, you know, like your little kids. And I was there, and I called my mom, because like I was scared already. I know what was gonna happen, because I thought they were gonna call the cops, and which they did. So I was crying. I was like, Mom, I don't know what to do. Like we hit a car, and my mom was like, what? And I was like, yeah, we hit a car, you know, this car started chasing us, the lady and her friends, they're acting bad, and I don't know what to do. And I tried to go in and hit a car, and she was like, okay, I'm coming. And my mom gets there, and she's like, you know, just get the car you were driving. So we're looking for the key, because she said if we get the car and we just drive away from there, and the cops come, not gonna know where we went, like what was happening, so we wouldn't get in trouble. But we couldn't find the key. We were looking everywhere for the key, and we couldn't find it. And then we're looking all around the house, and my mom comes back in the house, and she has this like serious look on her face. She's like, the cops are here. I'm just like my heart drops. I'm just like, the cops are here. It's just like, damn, like what do we do? And then my mom goes outside. She's talking to the cops, and then my mom calls me on my phone. She's like, come outside, they want you because you were the one driving. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And well, before I go outside, I tell my sister like, come with me, I don't know myself. She's like, no, I'm not going with you, like I'm not gonna mess with that. And I'm just like, this was your fault, this was you and your friend's fault, and you don't want to go outside with me? I remember this day so in detail. Okay, so I go outside and there's cops there. There's cops. And I sit down in the grass and they're talking, and I guess they're gonna ask me what happened. So my mom was like, what happened? And like, remember, keep in mind, she let me drive. They always let me drive. She was like, so what happened? What happened when you hit the car? Because you need to tell us, because you took the car without permission. You took the car and you were being bad. And I looked at her like, are you serious? Did you just, she is such a two-face in front of the cops, just lied to make herself look good and make me look bad. And so in my head I'm thinking, this bitch, are you kidding me? She could be. And then I'm there thinking in my head like, okay, I guess I have to go with this lie because I have no other choice now. And so I'm just like, oh, I took the car, like, I didn't mean to. I just wanted to go pick up my friend. She lives right there, and I didn't want to walk. Like, just trying to say stuff to look like a good kid in front of the cops. And I was trying to seem sad, but nobody was buying it. And so I was like, I'm sorry. And then the cops are like, right, next time, like, don't ever take the car again. Nobody at the age of 12 should be ever driving a car. Like, I was just there like, ugh. And then they're like, we're gonna send you to court and you're gonna do all this other stuff. I was just like, damn. It was like the worst day of my life. I'm 12 and I'm doing this. And so that was over. Then the cops leave. I think I get a ticket. I couldn't remember. So they leave, and I think it was like a month. I go to court and I'm with my parents, and get the greatest news of my life from the judge. Okay, let me just say, everybody at the courthouse, like all the kids there, were in trouble for like attendance at school, not going to school. And then there's me, a 12-year-old boy walking up to the judge's stand, and my crime was a hit and run driving a car. I get up to where the judge is, and the first thing the judge says is, she's like, do you think this is gonna be bad or good? And I was like, bad. And she laughed. She's like, oh no, this is gonna be okay. And then she looks at my file, and she sees that I drove and crashed the car, and she was like, oh no, sorry, no, this is gonna be bad. And I'm just there like, fuck. Like, ugh. She's like, you don't need to be driving, like, you're 12 years old, like no 12-year-old should ever be driving a car, like, I heard all of this before. And she's like, next time ride a bike, ride a skateboard, or walk, like, you need to exercise. And I'm just like, this judge just called me fat? And I remember her saying that, and I was trying to be like, I'm sorry. She was like, you're gonna have 48 hours of community service every Saturday, wake up at 7 a.m. and be here at this courthouse. And I'm just like, wow. So for about 5 or 6 weeks, every Saturday at 7 a.m. had to go to the courthouse and do community service, which was hell. It was hell. And like, I'm not a bad kid, so it was like a bunch of bad like gangster kids, and I'm there like, hi, I'm 12, and they're all like 17, like doing bad stuff. I'm just like, I don't fit in here. I can't wait till this is over. Finally, I get done with community service. I'm done with everything. But then one day when I'm at school, I get called to the front office. And it's a cop. It's a police officer, a detective. Wow, just what I need right after I'm done with all this. And it turns out the person's car that I hit, now they want to get me in trouble. So they went to the cops and they told them about how I did it and all this. Now every other Saturday I have to go to this cop's office and talk to him and make sure that I'm not a problem child and make sure that I won't ever do this again. So like for 4 weeks I had to go talk to that cop too. And then finally that guy that I hit this car, I guess he got over it and he didn't want to get me in trouble anymore. I don't know what happened, but I didn't have to go anymore, and I was just so happy. Everything was finally over. So basically that was it. That was the time when I hit a car and I got in trouble with the cops. It was not a fun time. That was the worst day of my life, but Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, like, subscribe. If you haven't watched my other video, please go check it out and give that a like and a thumbs up. And that's pretty much it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I'll be back with another video next week. I'll see you later.